functional fitness, HIIT, bar, Pilates, circuit training, boot camps, kettlebells. These types of workouts are everywhere and they're often promoted as the best way to get lean, toned, strong, defined, basically a holy grail all-in-one solution. But here's the truth that most people will not tell you. And if your goal is to look like you lift and you're a woman over 40, this matters. These types of workouts are not created for you to see muscle definition. So if that's your goal, these workouts probably are not helping you. And it's not because they're bad. It's not because they're wrong. It's not because you shouldn't do them. It's simply that they're not built for that goal. I get it. It's totally confusing. And a lot of times, this is what I tell my clients and people inside of my coaching programs that whenever you start to feel overwhelmed with choices and feel like there's so much conflicting information, that's usually why. It's because of the fact that we're looking for something to be an all-in-one solution. And often we confuse physique goals and fitness goals and the physique-based training with fitness-based training. So when your goal is fitness, that's completely different. Anything goes. When your goal is physique, when your goal is to look like you lift or to change the shape of your body, then things need to be a little bit more specific. And there's often less choices on that side. So if you feel overwhelmed, it's probably because you're in the fitness pool of choices and that becomes very overwhelming and it often seems like it's conflicting information. That's where the confusion typically lies, especially if you're a woman over the age of 40 and you've been around for a while. You've heard about a lot of different types of workouts. And so your mind has all of these different things that you're trying to juggle to see which one is best. And the thing about it is that a lot of popular trendy workouts, they're fun, they get you motivated to get in the gym. They make you feel like you're working hard. And often you are working hard. Often you're working harder than the next person that seems to be getting a lot better results than you. So when you don't see the results that you hoped for, then that starts to feel like a personal failure. It starts to feel like something's wrong with me. Something's wrong with my body. It's broken, or my metabolism's broken, or I'm just a certain age and now my body doesn't respond to these things anymore. So maybe my body just can't change. And that's typically not the problem. It's not you. It's just that the workouts that you're doing, there's a mismatch between the workouts and what they deliver and what you're actually trying to achieve. So, for instance, let's take functional fitness. That is amazing for mobility, for balance, for movement quality, but it's not designed for visible muscle growth or HIIT. A lot of times we see that as like a fat loss tool, and I talk about it often for anaerobic purposes to be able to help your metabolism, to help you to hold on to your muscle mass instead of ways that traditional cardio can burn through it. So HIIT is great for conditioning, for endurance, for your metabolism, and like I said, for muscle maintenance. But typically it's not going to be enough load for your muscles in order to create shape to the muscles. It's just going to help you hold on to muscle mass for metabolic purposes. When you look at something like Pilates or bar or yoga, those are all amazing for working on your posture, for improving your posture, for improving your flexibility, for improving your core strength. But again, there's not enough load from those workouts on your muscles to create hypertrophy, which is muscle building. And when you think of something that even does have like dumbbells or barbells, like a lot of circuit classes and boot camps and things of that nature, those keep you moving, they get you sweaty, and let's face it, they're hard to work out. So they do burn a lot of calories. They do have a metabolic element to them even. And a lot of those can be considered an anaerobic style of cardio or a metabolic resistance training type thing. So they can be good for your metabolism, but they don't give you enough rest between sets. They don't give you enough progression where you're constantly able to increase the weight that you're using or enough load on the muscle to build shape and size and have visible muscle tone. I've talked about this before in videos where I talk about how high reps won't tone you, so I'll link to that, but it's just important to remember that every single workout has a purpose. It's just that not every single workout's purpose is to build and shape your muscles. So when you start to understand that it's not that these workouts are wrong, it's just that they're not complete for the goal of looking like you lift, then you can create a way of working out that works for you and your goals and is fun. So, what actually works if your goal is visible muscle tone? Number one, you still have to have dedicated strength training that focuses on progressive overload, gradually increasing the challenge so that your muscles have to adapt and grow. You also are going to need training phases that cycle back and forth between building muscle and losing fat. Instead of trying to stay in the middle and do both simultaneously, recognize that you need both because you can't reveal something that you haven't built, but you also can't see something when it's still covered. So you want to make sure that you're cycling back and forth between both of them for best results. And then you need to make sure that your rest, recovery, and fuel also matches what it is that you're trying to do. So when it comes to your rest and recovery, that's where a lot of those other workouts can come in, like your bar and your yoga and your Pilates. Those can come in on your rest day, and a lot of your cardio things can also be part of your recovery. So when you start to look at it from that perspective, and then you're matching the fuel, the way that you're eating, to whether you're in a fat loss phase or a muscle building phase, then you can start to see the results that you're looking for from your workouts. Because here's the thing, you can do the workouts that you love, and you should still do all of the workouts that you love. Functional fitness, HIIT, bar, Pilates, kettlebells, whatever the case may be, they can all have a place in your workout plan, but they need to complement, not replace, a structured strength plan. Because if you're serious about seeing the muscle that you're working for, that you're putting in all this work for, and you want to be precise in actually doing that, you still need a program that's designed to do that. Because the fact of the matter is that if you keep relying on popular workouts, trendy things, fun workouts to give you results that they're not built for, you will keep feeling stuck. You will keep wondering why you don't look like someone who works out, why you don't look like you lift, even though you're working harder than most people. You'll keep chasing the next thing, the next class, the next video, the next, workout plan, program, or piece of equipment, hoping that it's going to give you something that it's not intended to do. So you have the information. You can choose however you want to do it. You can choose to only do the fun workouts and things that you love, and know that you're still fit. You're still on the path to health and wellness, but you're not getting upset about not looking like you're fit. Or you can step into a strategy that combines both and matches the workouts and the way that you're eating to the actual goal that you're trying to achieve. Obviously, if you want a roadmap for how to do that, I can link to some resources below. I highly recommend checking out the Eat More to Weigh Less Vault that has workouts that are tailored to looking like you lift, and the full Look Like You Lift system is also available as well, where you can go through the course and find out what are the things that you need to tweak about the way that you're eating, the way you're working out, the way that you're fueling, to really help you to look like you lift. I also recommend checking out the free series that I did on YouTube for how to look like you lift, because that will break down each of these concepts in a little bit more detail. So make sure you subscribe if this information was useful to you, and I will see you in the next one.